Hello students, welcome to my chemistry class. Today I am going to start new chapter. This is unit 3 and electrochemistry. This is one of the most important chapter of physical chemistry. You have to study 5 chapters in physical chemistry. Out of that 5 chapters, 3 already completed. In that 3, first is solid state, surface chemistry and solution. Recently I finished, and then this is the fourth chapter electrochemistry, and after that chemical kinetics is left. So remember, this is one of the most important chapter for examination point of view, and the second most important chapter was solution. When I went through the videos, when I seen that what are the way you are watching videos, so I was little bit disappointed that students are not taking care of videos. Very few students are sincere, regular, and they are watching, they are completing their task. Whenever video uploaded, they watch and they learn. Students, if you think that you can learn from somewhere else, okay, you can think, but see, I am teaching you, and I am teaching in the atmosphere that in the language that you can easily understand. And also when you watch my videos, so whatever doubts are there, you can easily interact with me and you can ask doubt. Okay. So please watch videos regularly and complete your task. Don't let any video pending. And don't skip videos. If you skip there, then also there will be problem to connect with the topics. Few students there will be no problem, but there are many of you, until you are not you will not watch video in the proper way, you will not reconnect with the previous topic finished and the present topic. So please watch in a proper sequence. Don't let any video pending, because due to this corona pandemic, this is the only way you can learn. Okay. I am trying that I teach you in the same way as I am teaching in the school, and if you will interact through WhatsApp group, there will be no difference. So please follow this, watch your videos carefully, and don't be insincere in this video. Please take it seriously. Electrochemistry is very important chapter for examination point of view. Most of the numericals and long answer type of question will be asked from this chapter. Okay, so let's start. So in the introductory part of this chapter, you have to study about electrochemical cell. So this is the basic concept. What are electrochemical cell? Electrochemical cell. If you have to define what is electrochemical cell, then very simply you can define that a device which can convert electrical energy into chemical energy or chemical energy into electrical energy is called electrochemical cell. Once again, a device which can convert electrical energy into chemical energy or chemical energy into electrical energy is called electrochemical cell. So you have seen that this electrochemical cell are two types. First one, which can convert electrical energy into chemical energy. So that type of electrochemical cell is called electrolytic cell. And you have idea about electrolytic cell. Mostly whenever we explain about electrolysis, so the cell used for electrolysis, electroplating, okay, are in electrometallurgy. So this cell is actually used. So best example of electrochemical cell So the application of this cell is electrolysis. Wherever electrolysis takes place, we use electrolytic cell, because in this electrolytic cell, so you can define that the cell which converts electrical energy into chemical energy. So you remember that in a glass container, two electrodes are inserted and these are connected with the external battery. So through this battery, electrical energy comes into the electrolytic solution and then reaction starts. So this is the conversion of electrical energy into chemical energy. So there is no more discussion about this, because you are not going to study about this cell. But the next type of electrochemical cell, that is called galvanic cell. Galvanic cell. This is also called voltaic cell. Voltaic cell. Because this galvanic cell is used, definition is the device or the cell, electrochemical cell, which can convert chemical energy into electrical energy. So that is called galvanic cell or voltaic cell. Mostly we are using inverters. So in inverters we are using batteries. This battery when give backup, when there is no electricity, and that time when it gives backups, we are just producing electricity from the battery. That time that battery is the example of voltaic cell, galvanic cell, because chemical reaction takes place in the battery, and because of the chemical reaction, electricity produced which we use. But when battery is charging, that time it behave as the electrolytic cell. So that is a very good example of both. So when it is under charge, that time it utilizing electrical energy to change into chemical energy. So we will study in detail about the battery in the same chapter. Okay. So these are the two types of electrochemical cell, electrolytic cell and galvanic cell. We are going to study in detail about galvanic cell. In whole chapter, entire chapter, we will focus on this cell only. Okay. So note down, galvanic cell is the device which can convert chemical energy into electrical energy. Okay. Please read. So if we talk about the galvanic cell or voltaic cell, so this galvanic cell is the combination of two half cells. This galvanic cell is the combination of two half cells. One half cell is called oxidation half cell, and which is constructed of anode, and this is negatively charged. Remember, anode of galvanic cell is negatively charged. Okay. While in electrolytic cell, anode was positively charged. Here in galvanic cell, anode is negatively charged, and that is oxidation half cell, because either it is electrolytic cell or it is galvanic cell, oxidation always takes place at anode. Remember this. Either it is electrolytic cell or galvanic cell, oxidation always takes place at anode. So in galvanic cell, first half cell is oxidation half cell, which is constructed of anode, which is negatively charged, and second is reduction of cell, which is method of actually cathode, and when this is positively charged. Okay, so galvanic cell is made up of two half cell. One is called oxidation half cell, another is called reduction half cell, and both half cells, these are interconnected with salt bridge. So very important about salt bridge. Both half cells are internally connected with salt bridge. Okay, so this is the brief introduction about the construction of galvanic cell. So as example of galvanic cell, which we will mostly study, that is Daniell cell. Daniell cell. So Daniell cell is the example of galvanic cell. What is difference here? In Daniell cell, anode is made up of zinc. Zinc anode is used, which is dipped into zinc sulfate solution, and cathode is made up of copper. Copper rod is used as cathode, which is dipped into copper sulfate solution. So when anode is made up of zinc dipped into zinc sulfate, and cathode is made up of copper and copper sulfate solutions, then that cell, galvanic cell, is called Daniell cell. Okay. So this is very specific for Daniell cell, that zinc and copper rods are used in their salt solution. Please note down. So I am going to explain this Daniell cell, what is the construction and how it works. In Daniell cell, as it was told that this is a zinc rod which construct anode, and this is negatively charged, and this is the copper rod which construct cathode, which is positively charged. This zinc rod is dipped into zinc sulfate solution, and the copper rod is dipped into copper sulfate solution. Okay. Then internally these two half cells are connected with internal circuit. This is called salt bridge. Salt bridge. So this salt bridge, actually it is called internal circuit, and actually in this salt bridge, this is the U-shaped tube which is filled with inert electrolyte like potassium chloride, potassium nitrate, etc., a highly concentrated solution. So in this concentrate KCl solution is filled, or a mixture of algae agar plus KCl, solid KCl. Anyone you can use. Concentrate potassium chloride solution, highly concentrated potassium chloride solution is filled into this, and this the opening is plugged with cotton wool. Cotton or wool, it is closed, that it should not go directly into the solution. Or a very viscous paste of agar and solid potassium chloride is filled into this salt bridge. So this salt bridge is internal circuit, and this cell is, these electrodes are completing external circuit. So this is the external circuit, which is joined with galvanometer. This is the indication that here either potentiometer or voltmeter or galvanometer, we can say galvanometer is used. Galvanometer. So this is the construction of overall a Daniell cell. Okay. Salt bridge here plays a very important role, and how it functions, that is very important to show. So now I am going to explain about the functioning of salt bridge, and what if salt bridge will be not there. So function of salt bridge, in exam sometime one more question is asked, what is the importance of salt bridge. So function of salt bridge. About salt bridge, you know that it is used at glass tube which is filled with concentrate solution of potassium chloride or any other inert electrolyte, or a mixture of a paste of algae agar agar and solid potassium chloride or any other inert electrolyte. This is salt bridge. It completes, so its function is, firstly it completes internal circuit, because this salt bridge actually provides ions into this solution, salt solution. So I will discuss that what is the mechanism, how actually its function. Okay, that I will explain. So firstly write that it completes internal circuit, and second it maintains electrical neutrality of both half cell, because if the electrical neutrality of these solutions will be not maintained, then cell will not properly function. So that I will explain now. So please note down, and you make this diagram also. Diagram will not ask in the examination, but you make it, and by making you will understand the construction and external and internal circuit, especially about the salt bridge. Now I am going to explain that how salt bridge works, how it complete the internal circuit, and also how it maintain the electrical neutrality. Now see that this cell is functioning and it producing electricity. So what will happen at anode? At anode, in zinc sulfate solution, zinc ion and sulfate ions are present, Zn2 plus and sulfate ion. These ions are present into zinc sulfate solution. And so what happens, this zinc here, because this is the, when we use metal electrodes, these metals are actively take part in the reaction. So actually we are using active electrodes. So when active electrodes are used, so due to preferential discharge of ion in the at anode, oxidation of zinc rod will take place. Means this zinc will come into the solution by the loss of electron. And this loss of electron is called oxidation. So what will happen? Inside the solution, concentration of zinc ion will increase, and these electrons will be released on the electrode. And this is the reason, because electrons are released here, so concentration of electron increase on this electrode, making the electrode negatively charged. Clear? So just imagine that zinc ion concentration is increasing around this zinc rod. So suppose this is the zinc rod and over that electrons are released and around this zinc ion concentration is increasing. So compared to the sulfate ion, number of zinc ion will be more, and if the zinc ion will be more, then what will happen? This solution will have positive charge, more positive charge. So neutrality is over. Okay. So this excess zinc ion, when there will be more zinc ion, then suddenly from the salt bridge chloride ion, suppose if we use potassium chloride, KCl solution if we use, then suddenly what will happen? A sufficient amount of chloride ion will be enter in this. Chloride ion will enter. So excess zinc ion will be neutralized by chloride ions from salt bridge. That is okay. Suppose salt bridge is not here, then what will happen? Just we remove salt bridge, then zinc ion concentration will increase here around the electrode, and electron will be here. So this extra zinc ion will have the attractive force on the electrons. So these electrons will be get attracted towards zinc ion, so their full flow will stop. So if electron will not flow from here, the electricity will not produce. Okay, so flow of electrons should be maintained here. So that will be only maintained when then excess zinc ion will be neutralized, and that is neutralized by the salt. At the same time, what is happen at cathode? At cathode where reduction takes place, you know that at cathode always there is a gain of electron takes place, that is called reduction. So in this copper sulfate solution, cupric ion and sulfate ions are present. So in the solution, cupric ion and sulfate ion will present. So when electron will come here, cupric ion will come on this electrode. So since on the electrode cupric ion will reach accumulated, that is why this become positive charge. Cu2 plus will accumulate here, that is why it will become positive charge. So this Cu2 plus take 2 electrons which was lost here, that 2 electrons will be taken by cupric ion from the solution, and it will neutralize into copper metal, and that will get deposited here. So okay, so now you see what is happening when the number of cupric ion will be more here on the electrode. So in the solution sulfate ion will be more, because cupric ion will decrease, and the ratio of cupric ion, one copper sulfate molecule will give 1 cupric ion and 1 sulfate ion. This cupric ion get neutralized. What is leaving behind? Sulfate ion. So around the electrode, sulfate ion will increase, and due to this negative charge sulfate ion, and electrons are coming here, so these electrons will come, that will get repelled by these sulfate ions, because this is also negatively charged and this is also negatively charged. So these sulfate ion will not allow electron to pass into the solution, and cupric ion will not get electron. Then what will happen? This reaction will stop. So then now salt will play its role. When the sulfate ion will increase here, suddenly from this salt with sufficient amount of potassium ion will come. So what will happen here? Potassium ion, when excess of sulfate ions will be neutralizes by potassium ions, okay, and which is from salt bridge. Okay, so these excess of sulfate ion will be neutralized by potassium ion coming here. So in this here potassium ion will come in the solution, and here chloride ion will come into the solution to maintain the electrical neutrality. So this is the way how salt bridge function. So please note down important things. So for today that is enough. So read your book, very beautifully it is explained in the book also, and after watching this video you will be able to understand. So thank you for today students. Please read and note down the important points discussed today. Thank you.